Welcome back to another GeekaWhat video, and today I'm going to be reviewing Cooler Master's MasterKeys Pro M, the white LED variant. Is this keyboard's slightly peculiar key layout actually an ideal, or is this keyboard a little bit of a flop? Let's find out. Let's begin with a tour of the keyboard, and this is where it gets interesting. This keyboard actually fits into the 10 keyless physical form factor, but keeps the number pad that many love. It actually combines the arrow keys and delete area into the number pad and drastically reduces the space between the standard keyboard section and number pad, resulting in a smaller keyboard. Each key is individually backlit with a white LED, and not only do these do a good job of evenly lighting the keys, they also light up the white board below the keys, giving a Mac style illumination, also helping to keep the keyboard in a smaller size. The keyboard is actually quite tall off the ground, even with the legs down. It does come with legs though, so if you like me and like a more elevated keyboard and an angle, you are covered. The feet all around the keyboard are made of a seemingly durable and very grippy rubber. Not once have I felt the keyboard slip or move in the slightest, but your experience may differ depending on your surface. In terms of lighting controls, there are two versions of this keyboard, an RGB version and a purely white LED version, shown here, with the RGB version obviously bearing a larger price premium. The unique points about this keyboard continue on the LED front and don't just stop at its layout. This keyboard bears no accompanying software suite, meaning controls over lighting are done through the FN and function keys only. The first 4 function keys deal with the mode and LED brightness, with the option of turning them off completely if you wish. The next 4 allow you to change the multiplier, which controls the speed of the chosen lighting effects, and also scroll speed when using the arrows. You can lock the Windows key, great to stop accidental game quits, and record macros using the final 4 function keys. You can also assign different profiles using the combination of the FN and numbers 1 through 4. You also of course get caps lock, scroll lock and num lock indicators at the top right hand side of the keyboard. Talking of num lock and specifically the number pad, it has to be the busiest pad I've ever seen. Controls which share this number pad include a tuning/performance button, a raft of playback controls and volume keys. Sadly no mute key here, something I would have liked to have seen. I must say however, I appreciate having that number pad on a keyboard of this size. Great if you've got a smaller desk or setup, and can see the attraction to this keyboard by many people. It does with anything however take quite a bit of getting used to. Reaching for the arrow keys, which I use very frequently, was weird given their surrounding by other keys and made me look down a lot of the time to try and find them. It's something you get used to in the end, however, it's just trying to break that pattern of muscle memory and natural instinct. To me, the way the LEDs are controlled will make or break many people's decisions when choosing to buy this keyboard. The lack of any LED software should keep development costs down for Cooler Master, but the functionality still has to be added on the keyboard nevertheless. For anyone wishing to use a Mac or Linux based computer will be happy however, as often software for RGB keyboards is developed primarily for Windows, with the vast majority of this market sector on Windows PCs. I can't imagine excluding Linux users will wipe out a huge target market for Cooler Master. The whole no software thing is cool, and it's nice to see a standalone product. The functionality on the keyboard, once you're used to it, is actually very well thought out, but it bugs me that having a keyboard called the MasterKeys Pro with no accompanying software seems a tad off, especially if you're using the multicoloured RGB version. Yes, the cool playing with the software and adding cheesy RGB effects wears off pretty quickly, but from an ease of use standpoint, software is nice. Maybe Cooler Master could even have this as an option in future, whilst maintaining the controls physically on the keyboard. I will admit though, it's nice not to have another peripheral or GPU component startup RGB task filling up my task manager. There is a lot to like about this keyboard though. It's the smallest I've seen that includes a number pad without sacrificing functionality, and the Cherry MX brown switches on mine are simply incredible to type on. They don't have that annoying clicky switch sound which I hate and are so nice to type and game on. The even nature of the keyboard backlighting is also really nice to see, and the compact form factor, a win. And all those genuine Cherry MX switches, hallelujah. It connects via a micro USB cable and a braided one comes included, something every keyboard manufacturer needs to do. It also includes cable routing for putting the USB lead out the top or out either side, so convenient and great for cable management. If you did enjoy this video, please do drop a like rate and also subscribe. I'll leave links to this keyboard for Amazon US, UK and international in the description below if you'd like to pick one up. Drop a comment telling me what you think, but as always, we'll see you in the next GeekaWhat video.